Hey guys, what's going on? Gravender here. Welcome back to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. And today we're going to be taking a look at seven teams that are really exceptionally good as far as synergy bonuses go for questing. Now, that's what I say. Keep in mind, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Ooh, I don't like that champion. I don't like that character." Keep in mind, these are strictly for synergy bonuses purposes. So it's not like these are absolutely the best teams in the game, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who are going to be a little bit upset at the fact that there's no Star-Lord on these teams at all. But that's just the nature of the beast, because Star-Lord doesn't have some of the best synergy bonuses with other characters. So let's jump straight into it and take a look at the first team on my list. And we're going to be starting out with attack teams, because these are some of the synergy bonuses that I think are more optimal. So we've got attack teams, we've got crit teams, we've got crit rate teams, and then we've got the perfect block team. I only did one. I know there's quite a few different perfect block teams that we can look at and take a look at, but this is the optimal perfect block team to me for questing. So let's jump right into it and take a look at our first team. Okay guys, so now our first team on the list is Hawkeye, Venom, Electro, Spider-Man, and Guillotine. Now I know this is probably an odd combination of characters whenever you think of it in the grand scheme of things, but the biggest thing about this team is the attack, crit damage, and crit rate that it produces from the synergies. That's the biggest thing. We actually get 22% attack, 25% crit damage, and 7% crit rate with this team. Are they by far the best of all the synergy teams? Not by any stretch of the imagination, but this is a really good attack team build. Let's move on into the next team. Okay, so next up on our attack team list, they aren't as good as the last team as far as attacks go, but they are a pretty decent attack rate team. This team, we have Hulk, Old Man Logan, Hawkeye, Abomination, and Joe Fixit. And I know there's probably a bunch of people out there cringing thinking Abomination and Joe Fixit on the same team. But you got to think too, this is for Alliance, or not Alliance Quest. This is for questing purposes only. We've got 5 characters we can throw in here. They all have really good synergy bonuses whenever you stack them up together. This team boasts 17% attack, 7% crit rate, and 18% armor. So I mean, it's a good team as far as attacks go. Now let's move on into the crit teams. Alright guys, so this is our first crit-based team. Now I know a lot of people, I swear this is like one of them things, people are just going to be cringing like hardcore at some of these, but they make a good crit rate team as far as that whole aspect of it goes. And they're not really bad characters to have on a team either. We have Storm, Colossus, Juggernaut, Thor, and Magic. Now this team boasts a 12% armor buff, 28% crit rate, and 10% health. Plus you've got Magic, who can drain. That was a good thing about the other teams too. They all had Hawkeye on them. So Hawkeye can actually drain. He can power drain. We have the same aspect here with Magic. Thor is an absolute beast. Juggernaut is an absolute beast. Colossus is an absolute beast. And Storm packs a punch as hard as, I would say, given the right team, packs a punch as hard as Scarlet Witch. That's just my opinion. That's from the experiences I've had with her. I think this is a pretty decent team, guys. Moving on into the next one. Okay, so here is our next team. We have Symbiote Suit Spider-Man, Electro, Spider-Man, Iron Patriot, and Rhino. And I know, it's like I said, I know there are people cringing as soon as they see this stuff, but I'm sorry, but I can't help it. This is just the way the synergy bonuses work. And this is a good crit rate team. So starting right off the bat with this team, we have 28% crit rate, 5% perfect block chance, 6% armor, and 5% attack. I'm not going to go... I think the last team and this team, as far as crit rate are concerned, they're about dead even. And they're not really bad champions to take in. The only problem that I have is that Electro is more of kind of a papery type champion, so you're not going to be using him as much. Rhino is an absolute beast ever since the update. Iron Patriot's not bad. Now, I know people are going to debate me on that, but I'm sorry, but I really don't think that Iron Patriot is all that bad. Spider-Man and Symbiote Suit Spider-Man, they're both really good. I think that regular Spider-Man outweighs Symbiote Suit by a great deal, but that's just me. But again, this is a really good crit rate team. Now let's move into the crit damage teams. So first up on the list, and I'm going to say this is probably one of the better teams in the game, period, hands down. Aside from a perfect block team, which we're going to get into here in just a little bit. I like this team a lot because it's not just a crit damage team. This is a massively, like, I wouldn't want to run into these guys in my alley. Let's just put it that way. On the team we have Cyclops, Magneto Marvel Now, Wolverine, Magneto, and Storm. It's an all-mutant team, so it's huge. You are going to get the full effect of the 12% special attack damage from the mutant agenda that you get from Cyclops on this, teamed with Storm. Fully, all the way. You are going to get 12% special attack damage from every single one of them. This team in total boasts 21% crit rate, 100% crit damage, 5% attack, 12% special attack damage, 10% perfect block, and a 20% block proficiency. So it's not a true perfect block team, but you still get a pretty decent amount of block proficiency and perfect block chance. But I mean, that 21% crit, 100% crit, 21% crit rate, 100% crit damage, 5% attack is absolutely insane. And top that off with a 12% special attack damage. This team is beastly. Beastly as far as questing goes. Let's move on into the next group. Now, this team does not exactly stack up as far as the other team goes, but there are a few key elements in here that make this team just about as good as the other one. We have Black Bolt, Hulk, Drax, Gamora, and Ronan. Now, if you have an awakened Gamora, it's gonna blow everything out of the water here. This team boasts a 125% crit damage boost, 7% crit rate, and 5% attack. That doesn't seem like a lot. It really doesn't as far as some of these guys go. But if you think about it, a 25% crit damage buff with as much damage as Hulk does with his L2, as much damage as Drax does with his L1, and as much damage as Gamora potentially could do with an L1 or an L2 awakened if her assassination kicks in. This team is absolutely like this could blow people completely out of the water. This team is absolutely awesome, hands down. Black Bolt, you've got stun. Ronan, you've got stun. Hulk, 125% crit damage. And his special ability is that his attacks are raised higher the more health that he loses. So if you get him in a pinch and he's got under half health, he's going to be an absolute beast with these stats. It's just my opinion on the matter. Let's move on to the very last team, number 7. By far, this is what I think is probably the best team in the entire game. Now this is I don't know. I felt like I tried to play around with the other perfect block teams, and there wasn't really a lot more that I was getting off of them other than just the perfect block, because of the fact that you have to throw 3 stars in with the rest of the other teams to make them work, except for the Storm, 90 Cyclops. If you have, if you have a 5-star 90 Cyclops, that you could throw in. I don't know. This to me is the perfect block team for questing, and you get a lot more bang for your buck than just the perfect block team. On this team we have Cyclops, Wolverine, Black Bolt, Magneto, and Storm. And these stats almost rival the other completely mutant team that we had, only we threw Black Bolt in there instead of Colossus this time. We get 21% crit rate, 40% block proficiency, so we've got a perfect block team there. 75% crit damage, 5% attack, 12% special attack for mutants, which we have 4 out of 5 of, so that helps out drastically, and a 5% perfect block chance. This team is absolutely beastly. This is what I did most of Act 4 with. With the occasion, you know, there were certain spots in Act 4 where you couldn't exactly use this whole team because you had to bring in certain other champions, like particular specific classes for certain missions and things of that nature. But the majority of Act 4 was done with this team because they're awesome. When you throw Storm onto this team, she's not exactly a true perfect block because for some reason with Kabam, the female characters need a higher block proficiency rating than the males. So it's a little bit sexist, I think, to me. I think they should all get the same kind of benefits. But she was hitting sometimes between 10 and 15k hits. Now I know people are, well, I've seen Scarlet Witch hit up to 20, probably, yeah. But this is massive for someone who doesn't have stacked abilities like Scarlet Witch does. I absolutely love this team. I think they're immensely awesome as far as questing goes. And yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Hopefully this video was a little bit helpful to you all. If it was, leave a thumbs up on it. We'll try to do some more stuff like this. If you have any comments, any ideas that you guys want to see as far as videos go, let me know in the comment section below. If you have any critiques, any criticisms, let me know. I'll try and look into it, try to fix things, try to make things better. That's what this is all about, is trying to do things better for you guys, and hopefully this information helps somebody out there. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Later. 'Cause we scream.